This MAGA country, bitch. This is MAGA country. Who makes up stuff like that, Jussie? This is MAGA country, bitch. Oh, man. If I could stop laughing, I could get to this video. But, oh, man. Jussie really outdid himself with this one. This story is so fake. It's so phony. Like, I just can't stop laughing. Someone came up to you and said, Empire. And then they said, this MAGA country, bitch. At 2 o'clock in the morning in Arctic temperatures. Okay, yeah, I believe you, Jussie. Yep. Let's get to this video. I was suspicious about the story from the get-go. I first read about it when Lee Daniels posted that video message about letting everyone know what had happened to Jussie and that they were there to support him. And then he wanted to alert the public that Jussie had been attacked by 2 men and that he was currently in the hospital, but we need to keep him in our prayers or whatever. And the reason I became suspicious is because the way Lee Daniels described Jussie in his state in the hospital made me feel like the guy had been beaten beyond belief. And then when that picture of him was posted with 2 little scratches on his face, I was just like, what are these people trying to pull? I'm sorry. I don't know how much of this video I could get through without laughing, but the absurdity of it all. So anyway, yes, I was suspicious of this story from the jump. I kind of started to back off of my suspicions once more information came out, and I think there was even a video released of like 2 guys walking down the street. So I was like, okay, well, maybe he actually did get beaten. It's very odd, but you know, it can happen. And then the next thing you know is all these stories start coming out about how he's refusing to cooperate with the police. He won't release his phone to them to corroborate his statements. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that it didn't happen. Maybe he just had something on his phone that he didn't want people to know of. And I was thinking more like sexual stuff, like maybe he's cheating on his lover or whatever. I don't know. I think he really shot himself in the foot with this. And the reason I say that is because, first of all, he did that performance where he was the gay Tupac.
And above all, I fought the fuck back.
Is he first?
I'm the gay Tupac.
He was the gay Tupac. What does that mean? You're the gay Tupac? I don't understand what that means. Then he did the interview with Robin. What's her name? Robin. Oh, I forgot her name. Robin something. And he could barely squeeze out a little tear. To me, it almost looked like he was about to bust out laughing himself at this bullshit that he was making up. Allegedly. Let's take a look at some of the interview he did with Robin. You can draw your own conclusion.
Say, yo, call me when you can. He called me immediately. And while he was on the phone, I heard, as I was crossing the intersection, I heard Empire. And I don't answer to Empire. My name ain't Empire. And I didn't answer. I kept walking, and then I heard Empire. So I turned around and I said, the did you just say to me? And I see the attacker masked, and he said, this MAGA country punches me right in the face. So I punched his ass back and put it right away. And look what has happened.
The phone.
Mm-hmm.
When did you, because as you said, it was an accurate account of the timeline, valuable information. When did you make that information available to the police?
We had to give the phone records, which they didn't originally ask for my phone records. They asked for my phone. They wanted me to give my phone to the tech for 3 to 4 hours. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna do that.
Why?
Because I have private pictures and videos and numbers, my partner's number, my family's number, my castmate's number, my friend's number.
The biggest takeaways from the interview for me were that, number one, like I said, he could barely squeeze out a tear. I mean, he was struggling. He was struggling trying to cry. And then he wouldn't release his phone records. And I'm like, is it really that big of a deal for someone to see what you have on your phone, whatever private information you have, to bring these guys to justice to cooperate your statements? Is it really that big of a deal? And he made himself look like he was full of shit. And I think he is, allegedly. Looking back at the case, all these videos and the performances and all that, like, he was really relishing in all that attention that he was getting. And it's really sad that you would have to stoop that low, make up an attack just to get some attention, get a raise or whatever. Allegedly. Let's skip ahead a little bit. So the Chicago police were already suspicious of him once he wouldn't turn over his phone records. And when he finally did, they found that the records were heavily redacted or manipulated. The other thing is that those two guys that were in question, they found out that they actually knew Jussie because they were extras on Empire, and that he had written a check to them for, I believe, $3,500, which he said was for them to train him to get in shape for his music video that was coming up. Now, he had told the police that the two guys were white guys and that they had gotten into a scuffle that seemed like it went on for a couple of minutes. So you're telling me that even if these guys were in ski masks, you couldn't see a piece of their skin to know that they were white, black, or other? The Chicago police interviewed those two brothers, and eventually they did charge Jussie Smollett with disorderly conduct and filing a false police report. The nail in the coffin was that the brothers, through their lawyer, released a statement that they regretted their participation in the incident. So, I mean, what else is there to argue? The brothers admitted that this whole thing was staged, but Jussie continued on in his crusade for justice. For him. Anyway, eventually he did go to court. He pled not guilty and the charges were dropped. However, the Illinois prosecutor said that they were able to make a deal with Jussie, and the reason the charges were dropped was because he agreed to forfeit the $10,000 bond payment that he made, and he agreed to do community service. Also, the Chicago police ordered Jussie to pay $130,000 for wasting their time, basically. So Jussie, I believe as of now, is still refusing to pay the $130,000. His lawyer is also being sued by those two brothers for defamation of character because Jussie and his team continue this whole he's not guilty, he didn't do it bull crap crusade. So now they have two lawsuits on their hands. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, today it was announced that Jussie was indicted on 6 counts of disorderly conduct and filing a false police report. He's due in court on the 24th of February, so we'll see what the outcome of the charges are. I kind of don't feel like he's going to get away so easily this time. On the other hand, maybe he'll be found not guilty. Maybe he actually is innocent. And if he is, I'll be the first person to apologize to Gay Tupac. But on another note, how do y'all think they prepared for staging this incident? Did they do some like WWE wrestling moves on each other? Did they break out the nunchucks, the Indian burns? You know what? In my mind, I can see Jussie in his room sparring like that cat in Scary Movie. Oh my god. Okay, I crack myself up. But anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you think Jussie made up the whole thing? I mean, clearly he did, allegedly. But what are your thoughts on the Jussie situation? How do you feel like these new charges will go? Are you happy that he's being charged again? Was he sparring in his room like the cat in Scary Movie? Was he giving out Indian burns to them Nigerians? What do y'all think? Let me know. So please comment, like, subscribe, share, whatever. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.